What is up, everybody? This is Julian, or you can call me JP, and I'm your certified personal trainer. Today is going to be personal trainer vlog number 3, and there's just so everyone knows, these personal trainer vlogs, again, they're for like personal trainers, or they could even be helpful for physical therapists, anyone that's going to be a leader or a teacher in the fitness industry, just from my standpoints and what I've learned. I'm a certified personal trainer through the NCSF, just in case this is your first time watching this video. I have another set of videos where I'm in front of a whiteboard, and that's those videos where I'm in front of the whiteboard, or they're for everybody. For people who are just working out, for people who just want to learn about fitness, learn new techniques. Maybe they just don't understand something. But these videos are specifically for leaders in the fitness health industry. So those are the differences between those. This video is going to be on for the leaders in the fitness industry, health industry, whoever it is, how hard to push your clients, and how not to push them too far in fitness or whatever it is, and whatever rehabilitation, things like that. Because again, though, that's very important. Sometimes it's like, well, how hard do I push my client? Well, what if I'm pushing them too hard? There could be negative consequences to pushing them too hard, pushing them not too hard. And to start, the best place to start is to start obviously with medical history, whatever that is, medical history. And by that I mean like behavior questionnaires, medical history questionnaires, lifestyle questionnaires, whatever you want to call it, a PAR-Q. Just find out about their past and the individual themselves. How unfit are they? Have they worked out before? Do they have any injuries? Things like that, and those are always a good thing to start off of, because again, if you take two different clients and one person is completely healthy, don't really have anything wrong, and then another person has high blood pressure, that's obviously a good indicator of where to start versus a healthy person and a not healthy person. Because if guidelines and questionnaires are a good place to start. Those are kind of like that's basically the easy way to do it. Obviously, if you're a trainer who uses at least some critical thinking, if you get a client and they have really high blood pressure, you're not going to put them on a leg press and do heavy leg presses, or you're not going to put them and start to immediately do strength training, heavy strength training, things like that. You're not going to have them do the Valsalva maneuver when, again, if they have high blood pressure, extremely high blood pressure. They probably should just be sticking to things like low intensity cardio, or very, very, very light endurance type weightlifting, things like that, if at all, depending on how high their blood pressure is. So the first thing first is, for trainers out there, just stick to guidelines, look at guidelines, look at their history, have them get a physical, and understand what markers that they may have that may hold them back. Now, let's get into a more complicated part. For someone who's completely healthy, or let's just say someone who you maybe started off not healthy, but then they're now healthy. Let's just say they've been healthy for a while, they don't really have any problems, like with high blood pressure or things like that. No problems with cholesterol. No, they haven't had any heart surgeries in the past. Nothing dramatic. Like I said, when you're working out, obviously you can go by certain guidelines too. You can go by if they feel dizzy, if they feel like they're gonna faint, if they're seeing like I guess you could say white lights. I don't know if you've ever held your breath for too long, or you've been punched. If you see anything like that, obviously if they're seeing anything like they feel like they're gonna fall down, or they feel shaky, if they look pale white, things like that. If they're starting to show signs of like they're not, like, I guess you can say, when you get like you're about to pass out, maybe you're not coherent, things like that. If they're not coherent, those are things that you can kind of obviously stop the workout session right there. That would be the next step, is during the workout. If they start to feel any of those signs, tell them to stop. Obviously, if they have chest pains, things like that. But even a little bit past that, what's kind of hard is sometimes they may not have those signs, necessarily, or they're not good to they're not good at communicating with you. And so that would be the next step, is between you as a trainer, make sure you have proper communication with your client. Because if you don't have proper communication with your client, I've talked to people where they say they feel fine, but when they actually analyze themselves and say, yeah, I guess I feel kind of shaky or whatever, or they felt that before during their own personal workouts, maybe they're just not good at describing how they feel. That's a big one right there too. So, in a weird way, you can't really trust what they're saying too well. Not because they're lying to you, and sometimes they may lie, but They may lie because they want to push through the workout and be a tough guy, or tough girl, whatever, tough person in general. So they just try to push through the workout. Or sometimes they just don't know how to describe how they feel. And that takes me to another point is, like, if you watch YouTube fitness videos, there's obviously motivators on YouTube. A big one is CT Fletcher. There's always that kind of, like, I guess you could say, stigma of, oh, you got to work hard, you got to get into the gym, and you got to bust your ass, you got to work really hard. And of course that's all true, but as a trainer, there are consequences to pushing someone too hard and not pushing them enough. Obviously, if you push them too hard, those things that I just talked about, fainting, passing out, maybe they have a very, very, very deep underlying medical problem that they didn't get, that they don't know, that they didn't pop up during a physical, that if you push them to the point where you're just trying to be the tough guy, again, like, you got to work hard, if you don't work hard, you're not going to see any changes with your body, and they're huffing and puffing during a cardio session, and you push them too hard, they could pass out, and in a very, 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 very worst case scenario, they can die. And you don't want that to happen, obviously, but that's the thing, though, is that's why obviously you're going to have other things signed, like an informed consent. You're going to have papers signed to protect you legally. But if it's out of negligence, I don't know if that's really going to help you. If you push someone, push, you can't keep pushing. If you're always pushing someone, push forever, and you never ever, it's just always hard, and the person, they may end up getting hurt if you push too much. And let's just say you're pushing too much, and let's just say they never get injured. That another consequence of pushing too much is they may just not want to work out anymore. And if they don't want to work out anymore because you're pushing them too hard, then that defeats the whole point of trying to better the person. There's a middle ground for a lot of people. Now, don't get me wrong, some people aren't in the middle ground. They like being pushed. Those are those elite level power lifters, weightlifters in the Olympics, the top athletes of sports like football, MMA, basketball, the top elite like being pushed. They're not the average person. But sometimes people don't want to be that. They don't want to be the top. They just want to live a generally healthy and fit lifestyle. They're not trying to be the number one ever. And that's not bad. Some people don't want that. So just understand that some people don't like being pushed. So in a worst case scenario, they can something fatal could happen. And the best scenario, even if you're pushing too much, they don't want to work out with you anymore, and they don't want to work out at all because they hate it. They think it's boring. And it doesn't have to be that. But again, there is that middle ground where some people, and this comes to the other side, is not pushing someone hard enough. If someone says, well, I don't like working out, they say, I hate it, you're pushing me too hard. But then you really look at it and you're like, well, no, the workouts aren't super long. They're not working out too frequently. I'm not, making them die and huff and puff, and they're always out of breath and they feel like they're being brutally pushed, but they're telling you that they're being pushed too hard. That's where you got to kind of you have to have really good critical thinking as a trainer, because there are going to be people that are going to say that. Then you're going to maybe question yourself a little bit and say, well, am I pushing them too much? Because then you don't want the negative consequences of pushing them too hard to affect them. But what if they're just saying that? What if they don't understand what hard is, and that their hard really isn't that hard? Because you got to think about it. If you're not pushing them that hard, they're not going to see any results. I mean, the body is very resilient. It always wants to fall at a baseline. So if you're not pushing the person hard enough, and they're not getting enough drive from you, and they're not really contracting during the workouts, whatever muscle group they're working, if they're not really performing well, staying focused, doing their stretches, making sure their core is tight during a movement, and they're not kind of multitasking with all these things, and eventually it's not going to be multitasking, but because they'll be used to doing those things. But if they're not focused, and if they're just kind of doing the A to B type thing, going from point A to point B, and they're not really focused, they're not really contracting, they're talking when they're curling, and you're not keeping them on track, then they're not going to see results, which again is going to make them not want to work out anymore, because what's the point of doing it if they're not seeing results? So that's where that fine line is of being able to not push your client too hard, because again, something bad can happen to their health. They don't want to work out, or if you don't push them hard enough, they don't want to work out because they're not seeing any results. So that's where I would start. So to recap, I would go from obviously guidelines, medical history, physical behavior questionnaire, figure out them as a person, maybe keep cues during a workout, explain to them, if they feel these symptoms, being shaky, extremely fatigued, chest pains, you need to let me know so we can stop. And even deeper than that is maybe explain to them what intensity is. That's the next step. Explain to them what difficulty is. Maybe that's why it's good for personal trainers to lead by example, because you need to understand it. You need to show them what hard is. If they see you during a squat, like a squat set, and they see you pushing yourself, and they see that last 2 reps is extremely hard, you're like digging deep, and you hit that sticking point, and you look like you weren't gonna get the rep, but then you got the rep, and then or you're doing a plank, and then you're doing a plank for as long as you can do it, and you're getting to the point where you're hitting muscular fatigue, and you're shaking, and you're getting that tired, and then you drop, but you drop because it was just, you couldn't hold it no longer, and they see how you're pushing yourself, then they can get an understanding of effort. Because some people, when I work with people, sometimes I can see that they just don't understand what hard is. So that's where I said earlier is you have to be able to communicate. Because if they don't understand what hard is and what difficult is, they may think that you're pushing them too hard. But then when they see how you work out, they think, okay, well, I guess I'm really not working out that hard, And if I want to see results, I got to work out like that. But again, those are just things to keep in mind with you and your trainer, you and your client, whoever it is. Again, this can help a lot of people if you're a physical therapist, personal trainer, things like that. Whatever it is, if you're just, if you help people in general with just lifestyle fitness, if you're a group fitness instructor, just keep an eye out for that. You have to be able to push someone because they want to see change. That's the whole point of working out. People want to lose weight, they want to gain muscle, but just don't push people too hard. Read those signs of them. Look at them, understand them, keep analyzing them, don't be lazy, and know when you need to maybe cut back a little bit, know when something is just too hard, know when they're just mentally about to tap out and they don't want to do anything anymore. So it's kind of like you got to get close to that thin line, but you can't cross that line. If you cross that line, a lot of negative things are going to happen. If you like videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to link my Facebook page down below. I don't know if it's going to be a link, but you could probably just copy and paste it in the address bar. Again, you can check out my Facebook page. I post there daily. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. But other than that, peace.